She gave an answer that was so bad that they changed it. They took it out, threw it out. They didn't like edit a little bit, take a word out. No, no, no. They took the entire, it was a long, stupid, she didn't know where the hell she was going. Does she drink? Is she on drugs? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea.
He's always been sort of out there politically, right? And in fact, that's one of his attractions to a lot of people, is that he seems to be telling it like it is, and being really sort of honest and talking like regular people do. There has been a change, though, in the last, not just the last couple of weeks, but the last year. He's angrier. He is more disjointed. He can't keep a subject going. He can't make a complete sentence. And he's really resorting to sort of 14-year-old kind of, back and forth. Kamala is stupid. Well, come on, she's not stupid. She's mentally deranged. She's obviously not mentally deranged, She's
lots of things. Like Nikki Haley is in charge of security. We offered her 10,000 people, soldiers, National Guard, so whatever they want. They turned it down. They don't want to talk about that. These are very dishonest people. So you have to tell Kamala Harris that you've had enough, that you just can't take it anymore. We can't stand you. You're a shit vice president. The worst. And finally, he was able to save up enough money to get him some clubs.
The anger there and the coarseness of his attacks have been, it's disconcerting. And I think there's a lot of people out there, including some Republicans, who just have had enough of him and think that he's disintegrating, that he's getting older. He doesn't have the energy for this kind of campaign. He doesn't have the discipline for it. And I don't think this is the way any of his campaign professionals would want him to close the campaign.
Her answers, they take it away and put new answers in. My answers, they just cut them up so that instead of 4 sentences that are perfect, it's 1 sentence that proceeds back, and all of a sudden, I used to say to him, why did you cut the hell out of my paragraph? I do the weave, right? Always a weave, right? And always end up in the right location. Right there. And then everything else is going to start to come down. The one thing I can't get used to is hydrogen, You know the story with hydrogen? It's great until it blows up, in which case you're not recognizable. Even guys, strong guys like this, they'd call you mom or your wife. Is it a mom or oh, look at that. Oh, I know them. Very wealthy parents. That's nice,
Since then, he can't seem to stay on message. His advertising is actually very powerful and very good, but he can't echo his advertising. He's can't do it. And then he gets caught up in the latest nonsense, like Haitian immigrants eating cats and dogs in Springfield, Ohio. It's embarrassing.
Forest, you know that, right? Wake Forest. And he was immediately as a freshman. This is a guy that was all man. This man was strong and tough. And I refuse to say it, but when he took showers with the other pros, they came out of there, they said, oh my God. That's unbelievable. I had to say it.
I think he's scared of losing. He's scared of going to jail, and he's leaning into what he knows. And what he knows are the things that make his rallies, people at his rallies, go nuts. Well, there's a problem he has, right? If you added up all the people that ever went to his rallies, right, you're still talking about a fraction of the electorate.
They're the enemy of the people. They are. They're the enemy of the, I've been asked not to say it. I don't want to say it. They're the enemy of the people. And someday they're not going to be the enemy of the people, I hope.
Well, I think it's right to pay a lot of attention to it because it's very frightening. That's not how democracies work. In democracies, you respect people who vote for the other candidate and have beliefs different than your beliefs. You don't call them the enemy. You don't promise to prosecute them. I mean, the notion of prosecution.
Over the past 4 years, Kamala Harris has orchestrated the most egregious betrayal that any leader in American history has ever inflicted upon our people. She has eradicated our sovereign border, and she has unleashed an army of migrant gangs who are waging a campaign of violence and terror against our citizens.
And by doing this, he's sort of guaranteeing a solid 46 or 47%. But there's also over 50% in polls who say they wouldn't vote for him. So he's really turning off the very people, the small percentage that could put him over the top. It's a crazy strategy, frankly. And
No, I can't get over it. Who the hell takes off? We have 14 days left. And she'll take a couple of more days off, too. You know why? She's lazy as hell, and she's got that reputation. She's a radical left lunatic. She's further left than Bernie Sanders or Pocahontas. Now, Pocahontas...
Doing this, the way he talks about her is so weird and so misogynistic that it's just turning off women, and he's got a women problem. Okay, he's got a big gender gap problem, and the gender gap is not working to his advantage. So this whole stuff, right? This whole business about the enemy within, this whole business about throwing just kind of grade school kind of insults at Kamala Harris, that's turning off more and more women. And if he loses, it's going to be because a lot of women came out and voted against him.
And we will make America great again. Thank you, Arizona. God bless you. Thank you. Thank you.